Hey everybody, this is the dude representing MGTOW is the only way to live. It's February, let me see here, February 16th, 2017 at 10 p.m. and we're in the dead of fucking winter. I gotta tell you, we're in the dead of fucking winter. And I'd just like to say I'm really enjoying these MGTOW videos. They're really, I guess, therapeutic, because I get to get these stories off my chest and other men respond to it in a positive way. You know, I'd say 90% of the time. Sort of assuring me that I wasn't crazy all these years, that my ex-girlfriend was in fact a bit of a fucking nut job, and because my ex-girlfriend tried to vilify me and make me out to, she always said I was a fucking asshole, and you know, and I was always nice to her, and I was like, why am I a fucking asshole? I'm always nice to you. You're the one starting the fight. She'd always start fights, guys. I just went through an experience upstairs with a senile old man, an 80-year-old, and let me tell you, we were trying to fix some electronics, and I gotta tell you, man, a very nice man, but senile. Oh my god, it was fucking frustrating, and he needed a coffee at the time, and I'm not looking forward to going senile. That's all I gotta say, and it's really painful to watch someone get senile who was sharp before. Very, life is cruel, my friends. Before I get into it, I'd like to ask everyone to please like the video, please share, please subscribe, please, and click the bell, because that really helps my channel grow. I've been on a MGTOW channel since February 3rd, and I officially have, let me see here, Christ, it's unbelievable. I have 98 subscribers, and fuck, that's unbelievable. I've only been on since the 3rd. Anyways, whatever. I got 3,000 views, but whatever. Who cares? It just amazes me how much this MGTOW movement is growing. It's an anti-feminism and type of vibe. I cannot stand feminism. I was actually on the bus yesterday, and because of this MGTOW enlightening, I'm not scared of women anymore. And I'm not that I ever was before, but I mean, now I just stare at them, and like, I don't even care if they catch me staring at them. I'm like, it gives me this confidence inside, like knowing, sort of breaking down or learning about the psychology of women through all these MGTOW stories, and knowing kind of what they respond to now. And it is the alpha male, it is the jerk with the confidence, because coming out of a relationship in 2010, she really destroyed my confidence. I mean, I was always a bad fucking ass in life, a bad boy, but this bitch did something to me that she ruined my self-esteem. And coming out of it in 2010, 2011, I remember she fucked with my head. I had really little confidence. She really made me feel unattractive, because she took sex away from me systematically. I mean, she took everything away from me, to the point where in the end I said to her, we'll call her girl, we'll call her Jane. It's not her name. I said, Jane, you know, I said, you've taken everything away from me. You have no more bartering chips. Like, you have to go. There's nothing you can take away from me anymore. You've taken everything from me. You have no more bartering chips. I remember one time, I was sitting with one of my good friends in a bar with her, and I just introduced him. Hey, this is my girlfriend. She was a complete bitch, guys. And during that conversation, I remember we saw a poster, because my ex-girlfriend was a singer. Okay, we saw a poster on the wall of a girl holding a cordless microphone, and I said to there was 3 of us at the table, me, my friend, and her, and I said to, isn't it interesting that a microphone looks like a fucking dildo? And she said, and we agreed that it was like phallic to be holding a microphone up to your mouth. It was kind of an erotic imagery. It was kind of like a sexual imagery. And that conversation enraged her, because I said something like, well, I guess you're holding a dildo up to your mouth. And guys, she was so offended by that, and she made a mountain out of a molehill. I remember, it was just insane, like the shit that I had to put up with this chick, man. It was craziness, man. And because of all this, when I came out of the relationship, she affected my self-esteem so bad that I became a really nice guy. And so one of my thing was, when we'll call me the dude. One of my philosophy at the time was, when you're around the dude, everybody feels good. So I was very complimentary, and I would give tell people what they wanted to hear. Super nice guy, but man, I found after a while that all my friends were getting laid, not me anymore, and there, I found I was being used by a lot of girls, especially for tattooing and stuff like that. And things like, I was doing photography too, and I tried photography. I photographed like 10 girls, and I found that after the photo session, during the photo session, they were texting their boyfriends the whole time, and I just felt like a sleazebag too. That got old really fast, and I just found that they were just using me for a free photo shoot and stuff like that. And anyways, I became a nice guy, and this doesn't work, man. It just does not work. You gotta be a fucking dick to these chicks, man, and respond. At various points in my life, where I just was feeling cocky, I'd go into the bar and like Mr. Big Shot, Mr. Loud, Mr. Abrasive, and almost every time, if I think back, I got I got some girl's attention, and I had great sex that night. It's weird, man. So I decided I'm gonna be a fucking dick for the rest of my life. Not to my male friends, encouraging my male friends, but just a dick to women. I have a story. I used to live in Los Angeles for 10 months. I worked in a youth hostel, the LA Adventure on Century Boulevard, near the airport, the LAX. My boss was Frank Martini. He was a real dickhead, but an alpha male. But I can understand why he was a dickhead, because if you're not a dickhead, people take advantage of you. So I came back from LA in the that's a whole. I got so many stories about LA, but okay. So long story short, I came back from LA, and I came back from LA with my tail between my legs at the age of 29, back to my hometown, a little small town, 5,000 people, before I came to a big city. And I came home with my tail between my legs, like I said. So at 29, so all my local friends, we went to a local bar, and I caught the eye of this 19-year-old girl, a really hot little sort of white trash number, and I was eye-fucking her from across the room, and she was eye-fucking me. So I ended up picking her up, or whatever. I fucked her for like a week. It was great sex. I have a lot of good stories about that, a lot of good memories. But she was sort of, because I was the new guy in town, I guess there was interest for me more than her boyfriend at the time, who was, they were breaking up, getting back together, getting back together, whatever. It was just on the rocks, but whatever. I guess they were during a breakup when I met her. So, by all accounts, I should have got my ass kicked by this guy too. I mean, I just come to some town and take the guy's girlfriend. The guy should have fucking kicked my ass. He should have fucking gathered a posse and kicked my ass. Actually, I did get my ass kicked by another guy, but that's we're getting sidetracked. So one night, she lived in like a shithole apartment because she was 19, working a shit job in a grocery store, whatever, as 19-year-olds do. The deli counter. She worked the meat counter, so there's a little euphemism there. She liked her meat. So, she lived like on a top floor, and her building was as such where you have to go up this flight of stairs, like 20 stairs, and then walk down a stretch of hallway like 10 feet or whatever. So, at one night when I'm fucking her in her apartment, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, whatever, after a bar or whatever. So, we hear, Casey, it's your ex-boyfriend, And I'm like, fuck, man, busted, whatever, like, and this guy would not leave, man. He's just persistently, I need to talk to you. I know you have a guy in there, I need to talk to you. It's getting really uncomfortable, really awkward, just like the whole mood was ruined, and she says to me, after a while, she's like, well, you better go. And I'm like, well, is the guy gonna kick my ass? She's like, no, he's harmless, don't worry about it. So fuck, I gotta do the walk of shame past this guy, so I guess I put my boots on. This is the dead of winter as well, February. So I have to open the door, and I give her, okay, I'll see you later. Have to open the door. I'm dreading opening that door, guys. Dreading opening that door. I mean, this guilt is washing over me like crazy, and am I gonna get my ass kicked? So I open the door, and I peek out, and I see this guy laying on the ground, this 6'2", 6'3", skinny kid, 22 years old, like, lanky guy. And I'm 5'10", 180 pounds, 29 years old, and I see this guy on the ground. He's fucking crying. He's laying on the ground face first, with his winter garb on, and he's got his head cupped in his arms, and he's crying, guys, outside her door. He's fucking crying, and I'm like, I look down, and I'm like, oh my god. I look at her, and she just kind of rolls her eyes, and I'm like, well, I'll see you later, Casey. And then I walk a few feet, and this guy's crying on the ground like a pathetic loser. Like the biggest simp mangina you've ever seen. I mean, I felt bad for this guy, but I'm also like, guy, have a fucking backbone. I mean, have some fucking pride. So I walk over him, and I look behind her, and I give her a little nod, and she rolls her eyes, and she waves to me, and I walk down the stairs, and I just leave into oblivion. I guess the point is, guys, I mean, don't ever get to that point where you're that fucking pussy whipped simp mangina actually crying, because that does not turn women on. But I guess she felt bad for him. She had a relationship with him, so she had to sort it out. But it was the most pathetic fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. I felt so bad for the guy. Do not ever become like that, man. Have a fucking spine, guys. Do not ever let a woman see you cry. I cried in front of my ex-girlfriend once in a moment of poor judgment, and you should have seen the look on her face. She was completely turned off. Women do not like pussy simp manginas. I have many stories about this girl, Jen, that I fucked when I was 21 years old. And this girl's a little fucking whore, but you're talking like the sexiest fucking thing you've ever seen in your life. She was incredible, best fucking lay of my life. I remember I brought her into my parents' house, and I was fucking her from behind. And for whatever reason, I was cradling her from behind, I was fucking her, and I said, this girl's a bad girl, like a real slut, but super fucking sexy. And I said like lovingly, I said, oh, Jen. And she stops, and she turns and looks at me, and she says, what? She was completely turned off by that sort of tenderness. So it was, that sort of tender, like making love tenderness. She just wanted to be fucked like a dirty whore. But I remember she was so turned off by that, and she actually said, don't do that again. Don't say my name like that. It really turned her off, guys. But I fucked that bitch's brains out like crazy. She was a great lay. The night I met her was a battle of the bands, and I was playing the role of the bad boy that night. And so we're playing this shitty, well, whatever. I don't want to tell that story now, but whatever. I fucked this girl's brains. It was insane. But guys, you gotta live this MGTOW philosophy. It's amazing. You have to be the bad boy. You cannot fucking. As soon as a woman breaks your will, they want the bad boy. But as soon as they break your will and make you the nice guy, they hate you for it. They completely hate you for it. They resent you. And a woman is monkey branching her way through life all the time. 95% of the time, I'd say. They're always looking for the bigger, better deal. Always. And at any given time, especially these young girls, these millennials, they're texting at least 10 different guys that are in the bullpen. So do not have any stress over these fucking cunts at all. Do not lose sleep over them. Tell them what they want to hear and do what you want to do. And play this little game with them. This is what I do now, because I've been MGTOW for a year now. I've started MGTOW because of Dick Masterson, his voicemails. And then my second, that led to Sandman, and that led to Grizzly MGTOW. You're going back a year, almost a year, and ever since then, sorry, the camera shut off. Let me reiterate. So I've been MGTOW for a year now. It started with Dick Masterson's voicemails. Those are hilarious, guys, by the way. And then that sort of linked to Sandman, who I was completely fascinated with for a while. I loved his delivery with that monotone sort of computer voice. And then that led to Grizzly MGTOW. And then for a year I was almost dormant. Just sort of having listened to that a year ago, but then having a huge gap of time up until a week ago. And now I'm MGTOW for fucking life, guys. And you walk through life with this confidence now when you know women's psychology, when you fucking accept the way they are. At least I do. I walk through life with extreme confidence now, knowing I'm going to be a fucking asshole and not a nice guy. And I play this little game now. Nobody knows in the world who I am. Okay, nobody knows that I do these videos except for me. It's kind of a cool little secret. Like it's like almost like you're in the closet, like, and I'm never going to tell anybody who I am, ever. And I'm never going to tell my friends that I do these videos. And not one person in the world knows I do this shit. And I love it. So I walk through this life with this satisfaction now, knowing I'm MGTOW, but sort of kind of telling what they want to hear, almost sort of, but not being at the same time not being a simp, but just knowing that knowledge and playing, sort of having this manipulative game with these women now. Like, sort of knowing how it works, and I just fucking love it. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. It's truly an amazing feeling. Women love the bad boy. It's unbelievable. This girl in high school that I took her virginity, Okay, it was unbelievable. Like I was in high school, I had long hair down to my ass, and I was the pretty boy. Okay, and I was 19, and then there's a 17-year-old that liked me because I kind of had the rock star vibe going back then. You know, I'm 43 now. I don't look like that anymore. But I have tremendous resources now. Tremendous resource that is appealing to the opposite sex. Resources, not looks. I mean, I'm an okay looking guy, but I'm not like 19 anymore. So this young girl, I was doing a project outside this is a small town. You're going back to 1993 here. This girl was circling my block, like to go past my house. This girl was gorgeous, guys. When I tell you this girl was 10 on 10, she was 10 on 10. She was 17, gorgeous. Like sort of the genetics of a young what's her name there? Nicole Kidman. Tom Cruise's ex-wife? Yeah, Nicole Kidman, but much better. But sort of that type of hair. But 17 in her prime, gorgeous, guys, gorgeous, but socially awkward. So I eventually met her at a party. I officially met her at a party, and my friend Tim said, "Hey, dude, this girl, we'll call her. I gotta be careful here. I don't want to say it. We'll call her Padme. Padme in the next room wants to see you." And my friend, guys, my good friend, was in love with this girl. Okay, but for some reason Padme liked me, so I went to the room, and I go into the room, I peek in the room, and I say, "Oh, Padme, hey, how's it going? You want to talk to me?" And she's really she's sitting on the ground, crossed, like how the Indians could cross their legs, Indian crossing legs, sort of sitting, and she's sitting there rocking back and forth. She's all melodramatically all upset. She's like, "Come in, I want to talk to you." And I'm sort of drunk, so I go sit across from her, like this way she's sitting, and I go, "Yeah, what's up?" She says to me, she looks up and she says, "Do you have any idea how I feel about you?" And I said, "No." She says, "I love you," or something like that. And I never met her officially. She's she's being a melodramatic girl. And so I eventually made out with her. I remember, I guess, at that party. And but then a week later, we were in the New Year's Eve party. So we were at a party, and we took a cab back to my buddy's house. And his parents weren't there, but he had a really nice house. But this is the guy that was in love with her, one of my friends, who I betrayed. I feel really bad about it, but that's what you do when you're young. You betray your friends. But you definitely do not know. You do that when you get older and realize about life and loyalty. But I did it at the time. I betrayed my friend. He wasn't going out there, but he was in love with her. So we went to, her and I took a cab in the dead of winter, New Year's Eve, went to my friend's house, in his parents' huge house, and it was empty. I don't remember the dynamics of it. I guess I was sleeping over at his place. I don't remember the dynamics. This is years ago. It was like 1993, 92. So we go into my friend's bedroom, and I took her virginity in his bed, if you can imagine. I remember the song too. I took her virginity to. It was Quicksand Jesus by Skid Row, and it was a real moment for her. Like, it was a loving moment, and I took her virginity. I didn't give a shit, because I was kind of a stud in high school. I didn't give a fuck, man, but she was really hot. But again, socially awkward. She just was very, very awkward, very shy, very nerdy, but at the same time, gorgeous, guys. So it was a real moment for her, and I remember she asked me to her prom during this, and I said, sure. I accepted. I said, sure. And taking her virginity on the same night. And then of course, my friend, even to this day, he's, how could you do that, you bastard? Like, it's kind of like, funny now, but he's still like, he's passively aggressive, points the story out every now and then. And I say to him, I'll go call him Jeff. I say, Jeff, dude, I'm really sorry. I was 19 years old. I fucked up. What can I say? I fucked up. So I took this girl's virginity in his bed, and we're getting to the point here of bad boys. She was obsessed with me. And I actually stood her up for her prom. That's what a fucking asshole I was. That's the bad boy. I stood her for a prom. So she obviously hates me. So a couple years go by, and cause we used to tease, we used to call her a psycho, cause she was gorgeous, but she was a psycho. So at one point during this period in our yearbooks, I wrote a caption beside her photo, and the caption stated, "Hi, I'm," what did I call her? Padme. "Hi, I'm Padme. I'm one fucked up bitch." So beside her picture, little caption like a cartoon, cloud. "Hi, I'm Padme. I'm a fucked up bitch." So fast forward a couple years later, I'm in London, and she's going to university in London. I'm just living in London. And there's a party on a Friday night, and all of a sudden, one of my friends said, "Oh, guess what? Padme's at this party." No, fuck. Well, I know she's mad at me, but all is forgiven. It's years later, right? And time has gone by. Time heals all wounds. So I want to see her. So I go to the party. I think I nonchalantly went to the party, and she said, "Oh, such and such." Like I maybe wanted to accidentally bump into her. I think that's what happened. This is like literally across the street from my place. So I go to the party, and all is forgiven. Hugs and kisses. We're mature and everything. All is forgiven. And I apologize. I say, "Look, I'm really sorry." But and then I get the idea in my head. I say, "Oh, Padme, guess what? Oh, you know what? I have the yearbook. I have our yearbook across the street. I'll go get it. We'll reminisce." And I forget that I had written that caption beside her head. I forgot all about it. So I go home. I'm happy, wonderful. We're gonna reminisce with all our high school friends or whatever at this party. I go grab the yearbook. Oh, we open it up to that page. We get to that page, and she sees the caption. Guys, you should have seen the look on her face. And did I ever put my foot in my mouth? I had no idea I had written that. And suffices to say, after that she hated my guts, and I have not heard from her since. I guess the point is, guys, that the bad boy gets to accumulate a stories and reminisce on life and have fun thinking about them, but also the bad boy gets the women. They really do. I mean, I was a complete fucking jerk, man, and I got to take her virginity. But the point is, guys, be nice to your male friends, because loyalty is great. All these lessons we learn in life, but tell women what they want to hear, because they're just temporary. And I tell all my friends now, because I'm 43 now, and I tell all my young friends, my 29-year-old friends, I say, "Look, don't get stressed out about this, because this is just temporary. And I've seen you guys. You get a girlfriend every year. Don't worry about these bitches, man. Don't lose sleep over them." I've seen my friends come over, and they're like having text arguments with their ex-girlfriends, and it's upsetting them. And their girlfriend's like, "When are you coming home?" And it's upsetting the mood. And I said, "Look, don't even respond to that. Like, put your phone in your pocket and shut it off, because these girls are gonna come and go, and chances are they're fucking cheating on you. I can't even tell you how many fucking. If you just open up a girl's Facebook, you'll see they're talking to 20 different guys at the same time. It's unbelievable, and I've seen it with all my young friends. The girlfriends all come and go. So guys, just go through life knowing a woman's psychology and having fun with it and telling what they want to hear, fucking their brains out, pumping and dumping. And don't even worry about it. Don't get stressed out about it, because it's not worth it, because they're gonna fuck your mind up, guys. My mind's permanently fucked by my ex-girlfriend. I can't even tell you. But at the same time, it helped me build character, and now here we are. I mean, I was lucky. I never had children, and I never got married, so I'm not paying anything. I don't owe a woman a cent. All my money goes in my pocket. So I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm really one of the lucky ones, and I can't even believe it. But subconsciously in my mind, I always knew not to do that. Even when I was a young man and dumb as a fucking wall, I knew not to. I've marched girls to the abortion clinic. I knew I had to take care of it. I had this one girl show up to get a tattoo, and she was 18, and a raver chick, and she needed an emergency tattoo because she was going to New York. And I said, "Okay, sure, come." So she comes to my place. Here, I'm gonna shut the camera off. Hold on. She comes to my place at midnight. This 18-year-old girl. She's a crackhead vibe, but yeah, crackhead vibe. Her face was fucked up, guys, but she was 18. She wanted me to tattoo her boyfriend's name on her boob, and I said, "Okay, whatever." And this is at midnight. She shows up all alone. So she takes off her shirt, just like that. By the way, I'm a tattoo artist, guys. Girls love to show off their bodies. It's unbelievable. They love to take off their clothes. They love it. They prepare when they come for a tattoo. They're all made up. It's unbelievable. They just love it. So she takes off her shirt. She's walking around with no shirt on, like it's no big deal. She was 5'4", 110 pounds. Nicest tits I've ever seen. Really nice tits, nice stomach, just fucking gorgeous body. Her face was fucked though. It wasn't so bad where you wouldn't fuck her, but she was fucked in the head, man. Fucked like this sort of street kid vibe. So I say to her, "Are you sure you want me to tattoo this on your tits?" She's sure. And I tell her, "Look, you got beautiful tits. I'm not gonna lie to you. You sure you want to ruin them?" She's like, "Oh, I need it." So I tattooed the boyfriend's name under her tit. Okay, this is the 4th tattoo I ever did. She goes home, and all of a sudden there's this drama on Facebook. how could you do that? And she broke up with her boyfriend. The boyfriend broke up with her. He was so freaked out by it, he broke up with her. Like, stalker, right? And then she was telling everybody, oh, I was drunk when I did it. Complete fucking lie. She was dead sober when she was here. She was here for like 8 hours. It was amazing. I was so fucking horned up. I was so horny, man, when I was tattooing her. She shows up a month later, guys, to get another guy's name tattooed on the other tit. Okay? And now it's unbelievable, man. Like, I said, are you sure you want to do this? Yep, sure. So, tattooed the other tit, another guy's name. I mean, I have not seen her since, but I was completely horny for this girl, but whatever. The point is, women are fucking stupid. They're fucking dumb. And like, now when a girl wants a tattoo, I don't even fucking argue, man. Whatever you want, just give me the fucking money. I don't care. I love tattooing. It's amazing. It's an incredible way to make money. Make boatloads of money doing it. But I don't even, like, in the beginning, I had moral quandaries about tattooing people. I don't care anymore. I will not tattoo necks, and I will not tattoo faces, though, because I will not contribute to somebody's poor choice not getting employed in the future. And I gotta tell, these fucking millennials are so stupid. These millennials are so stupid. This one kid that came over, this 19-year-old kid who told me he was on welfare, by the way. 5'4", religious freak. He was religious too, which completely blows my mind. Talking about God and stuff like that. And jeez, what the fuck, dude? Talking about, he's complete mangina, guys. And he wants me to tattoo his neck, and I say, dude, I'm not tattooing your neck. And he's like, well, why not? I said, because you're not gonna get a fucking job. And he says, well, this kid is so fucking stupid and naive. I said, okay, I was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. These millennials are fucking stupid. I said, well, you're not going to get a job. And he's like, well, why not? I said, well, because you have a tattoo on your neck. No one's going to want to hire you. And the kid literally says to me, well, no, that's discrimination. They have to hire me. And I said, well, yeah, it's discrimination, but they're still not going to hire you. Well, I'll sue them. I'm like, dude, you're fucking stupid, man. This guy, he literally thinks that discrimination won't happen, like, because it's wrong or illegal. I mean, that's how dumb these people are. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, dude, are you serious? You really think that discrimination doesn't exist? You know what I mean? Like, it's unbelievable to me. Anyways, guys, please like the video, please share, please comment, please subscribe. Everybody take care. Take life by the balls, guys. You have one life to live. Become a millionaire in this life. Be so successful. It's unbelievable, because that's what's going to attract women when you're older. The young guys. I'm talking to the young guys now. Your looks are going to go away. And women, I mean, I see these young girls with their fucking quote-unquote loser boyfriends. Loser at this stage of life. That their only attributes is their good looks. And guys, that's not going to last forever. When you're 30, your good looks aren't going to be enough. You have to be successful. And be so successful that it's sickening. Become like Donald Trump if you can. I mean, you're never going to be like Donald Trump, but become ultra successful, because that's what's going to attract women. And when you have those resources, man, you're going to see women fucking, like, I'm seeing it happen to me. It's, and I'm just getting started as a tattoo artist. There's so much potential in this industry. Tattoos are not going away. The fucking human beings, especially women, are addicted. This is not going away. This is a growth fucking industry. And I'm gonna make so much. All I can say is I wish I would have did this 25 years ago. I would have been a millionaire by now. I really would have. It's unbelievable. But I've seen it with myself. When you have resources as a man, I'm 43 now. It's a very attractive quality. And also, when you are successful, I'm not saying I'm successful, but I'm well on my way. It affects your whole life. There's this pride in you. Because being broke at 30 is not cute, and it will young guys, it will depress you. Almost to the point of suicide sometimes, I can even tell you. I've been there at the point of suicide, but I'm too scared to die. Like, being broke affects your morale like crazy. So guys, take the steps to become fucking millionaires. And protect your ass, because these women will fucking rape you in divorce court. Do not ever get married. This is the dude signing out. Everybody take care and have a fucking wonderful life. Take care.